Hey everybody, it's Maggie and I am here to show you how to clean the guinea pig house. Also, by no means do you have to get all of the deep cleaning stuff done in the same day. You can even just check off one in a day and that would still be super helpful. On this wall right here is a checklist of all of the daily stuff that we can do, and I'm also going to show you the weekly and monthly stuff. All right, now for this section of the video, I'm going to show you how to deep clean it, which we do from weekly to monthly. So the first thing on this list I'm going to show you how to do is how to pull out the kennels and mop behind them. You do want to be really careful during this part because the bars can come apart, so I'm going to slowly pull them out. And I'm also going to do it to the quarantine area. I am going to get a fresh mat for the Swiffer. So I have that on, and I'm also going to use the broom, and I'm going to just walk back here and sweep up everything first. So you'll want to get everything that's against the wall. So I swept that up. And I'll sweep up everything else. I also shoved the broom between the cages. This is the amount I ended up sweeping up, so I'm gonna throw this away. You can also lift up these panels and get underneath them. And now I'm just gonna run the Swiffer over all of the mats. I'm also using some paper towels just to get some of the hairs up and stuff, and for some trickier spots. After using the Swiffer, I like to sweep one more time. All right, now they're clean to the best of my ability, and I'm just gonna move all of the enclosures back. All right, next on the list, I am going to show you how to wipe down the windows. You can find cleaner and paper towels inside of this little cubby. Usually you'll want to use a window cleaner, but I just have this all-purpose cleaner right now. You'll want to clean the glass off as well as any of the surfaces. And then you can come out here and clean off this glass part. I like to get all the dirt in the corners too. All right, now that I've gotten all of the windows clean to the best of my ability, I am just going to put my tools away now. So next on the list, we are going to wipe down the baseboards. So for this, I'm going to use an all-purpose cleaner, paper towels, and I'm also going to use the little broom just to sweep off the top of these before I wipe them down. So I use this first. And now I'm just gonna wipe it down. For some reason, these baseboards get super dirty super quickly. So I'm just cleaning it to the best of my ability. So we'll just clean all of the baseboards around. Sometimes I do the trim around the doors and windows too. I do the baseboards whenever I deep clean behind the enclosures, so you don't need to pull them out just for this. Here's another before and after. All right, next on the list, I am going to wipe down the door. So I'm going to clean the inside and outside of the door. I'm gonna start cleaning the bottom, and I'm gonna use this all-purpose cleaner again. There's a couple stains on here that you won't be able to get, but this is pretty clean. I'm going to clean around the doorknob. Obviously, this area gets a lot dirtier than most. I did just clean the windows, but you can still wipe along all of these edges and in between the panels. And you can get any areas that have Pepper's hair on it. All right, now I'm going to clean the outside of the door. I'm gonna start with the bottom again. Also, when you clean the outside of the store, just make sure that it's always closed so that pepper does not get out. All right, now this is done to the best of my ability. All right, next I'm going to pull all of the kennels out and sweep and mop underneath each space. With this, I'm going to take out all of the white liner completely out of the containers, and I am going to either wipe it down or hose them off if the weather permits, which it does today. It's a pretty nice day out. And I'm also going to clean the floor underneath all of this. So this part might be a little bit hard to film, but I am going to lift this up, take this white liner, and I'm going to take it outside to clean it. These guys are fine just to run around on the floor for now. So I'm starting to move it, and I'm going to kind of move it a little towards me so that I can grab this white mat. You can also probably slide it up from underneath if you have two people. All right, so I got the dirty panel out and I put this enclosure back as good as I can for now. And now I'm going to sweep this area. All right, I got up all this dirt and now I'm going to Swiffer. All right, and now I'm going to move on to washing the lining. All right, I'm going to use the washroom in the horse barn. So I'm going to use this bleach spray and some dish soap, and I am also going to scrub it. So what I did was scrub and rinse it off, and then I flipped it over and did it to the other side. My phone actually died, so this is the second mat, and I am going to put them in the same way I took them out. I'm also going to finish drying it off with a paper towel. So now I'm going to clean the walls of the kennels and doors. This is something that we do daily. However, this is more of a deep clean, so getting all of the corners and edges. So for example, I'm going to get the place in between these two kennels the best that I can. So I'm wiping down here. And I'll still get all of the panels as usual. You can also wipe down these, the doorknobs, any of this dirty stuff. I also like to get between here and the wall. You can also inch it out a little bit if that helps. So down here. And I like to get the bottom of these and top. So for that one, there's always a bit of a different routine because different stuff can end up pretty dirty throughout the month. But for the most part, just thoroughly cleaning all of the walls. So last but not least, we're going to bleach and scrub all of the hideouts and toys inside of the enclosures. So I am going to start by taking them all out. So there's a few ways to go about this. You can take them outside and spray them with bleach. You can use a scrub brush on them. Today, what I'm going to do, because it did just start raining, is use some Clorox wipes. So you can see all of the gross stuff around here. I'm just gonna take the wipes and try to get up as much of it as I can. All right, so I wiped this down pretty good. I'm going to go over it with some all-purpose cleaner just to get the chemical residue off. All right, now for the wood ones, I'm going to wipe everything off and I'm going to get up all the poops. If you fully scrub this wood, just make sure that it's at the very beginning of the day so it has time to dry. It is not the beginning of the day now, so I'm going to wipe it as good as I can. So here's before, after. And once they're clean and dry, you can just set them back inside the enclosures. So doing the guinea pig house typically takes about 30 minutes when I do just the basics. However, after doing all of the extra stuff, it did take me a very long time. I don't even want to say how long. So I definitely recommend that when you do the deep cleaning stuff, you don't try to tackle it all in one day unless you do designate your whole day towards doing it. So that's the majority of what we do here in the guinea pig house. There are some other chores that we do very occasionally or as needed that we'll always let you know about if it needs to be done. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know, or if there's anything I can do differently in these videos, or if you want to request the next video. Otherwise, I will see you guys during your next shifts.